Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, now we are on. I can't believe that the microphone gets switched off sometimes. I just don't understand it. Welcome back to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 live stream on Cortex 0. I am Tom Thompson, and you are in the right place at the right time. It's a big week for Star Wars. Big week. This weekend is Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, and if you don't know what that is, it is just a big Star Wars event that is likely to premiere a lot of new material, including a title reveal and perhaps even a full trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, still untitled. Another big news story for the day that I want to drop on you guys is the fact that Jedi Fallen Order, it's been confirmed that we are going to get some new information, perhaps even gameplay footage and a trailer for the game this weekend at Celebration as well. Another rumor that's circulating is the fact that we may be getting some really early details on the new trilogy this weekend at Celebration. That's a game changer. Definitely looking forward to that. I'm running. Here's the funny thing. I started the stream. I started saying everything that I'm saying now, basically, and now I have to run back over it because somehow my microphone was switched off again. I don't understand how that happens. I really don't. I don't know why it was switched to off, but it was, and that's fine. I also want to give a shout out to John Justice and Girls with Sabers. I'm going to be listening to their podcasts while I am doing the stream, or at least after. I definitely want to hear John Justice, though. Definitely. So that's 2 hours of listening. And I can have that going in my ear while I'm doing the live stream. So check this out. I'm going to give you guys a little description in case you haven't seen it. The Jedi Fallen Order poster that is circulating right now. It's like a broken lightsaber hilt with this circular stone engraving around it that and it's like glowing blue at the top, and a lot of people have pointed out that it actually looks like a dual-bladed lightsaber that's been split in half, which is interesting. And Star Wars HQ was asking on Twitter what we all thought that meant. Like, are there any, is this, what could this be hinting at for the game? What does it mean for the story? My guess is that if this is really going to be the third-person single-player game that we're hoping it's going to be, and not just a multiplayer experience, is that maybe it's an indication that you're going to be repairing your lightsaber throughout the story, and that you'll be able to create your own. Choose your kyber crystal, edit the hilt, add the colors to wherever you want, fully customize the lightsaber. That's my guess. Not saying that that's necessarily going to be the case, but that sure as hell would be awesome, and maybe that's what that means. It could just be some reference to a certain part of the story. I don't really know, but can't wait to find out. I haven't played Battlefront in a few days. My brother came to visit. He lives in Queens, and he came to visit for a few days, so I did at least do one episode of the podcast, but now we're back at it. We're getting back into the groove of things. Just don't know what I want to start with. I've been starting with Ewok Hunt a lot lately, so I'm going to do that because it's kind of a good way to warm up and just, chit chat and start off, because my streams usually run for about 2 hours, so it can run as long as I want it to. That's usually that seems to be the time in which I decide to wrap things up. But we'll see how it goes today. But yeah, we'll start off with Ewok Hunt. I'm going to be listening to John's podcast here. But if I start having subscribers coming in, or just anybody watching that wants to communicate and everything, I'll definitely pause it and likely listen to it later. But considering it's just me right now playing, you know, you guys are here to watch the gameplay. And of course, a lot of people show up for the commentary, but I'll make sure that I don't ignore anybody. I'll just say that, and then let's get things going. And the episode of this episode of My Nerd World by John Justice, it's his podcast on YouTube. The title of his podcast is A Star Wars Podcast, a bonus episode, episode 9, Raylo leak, and J.J. Abrams speaks. So that any pertinent information that I find to be important throughout the course of the show, I will definitely be sharing with you guys. How did I miss an episode? Really? I didn't get the notification. I never miss an episode of the podcast. I love this guy's show, for real. I follow him on both of his Twitter accounts. He always answers my user feedback questions on the air. So, I greatly appreciate that. He knows I'm a YouTuber. He knows that I want to write a science fiction novel. And he has a science fiction novel out currently called Embark. You should really check that out. It's EMBARK. I'm going to listen to this particular episode first, because the other episode was from 3 days ago. Don't know how I missed it, but I'm very caught up with everything. Not to say I'll go back and listen to the older episode after I listen to Girls with Sabers. You guys should definitely check out his show, though. It's really entertaining. And if you're someone that's actually attending Star Wars Celebration, I'd like to hear from you as well in the comments. Definitely want to know about that. I'm not going, unfortunately, but if I could, I would. Looks like we're waiting for players, which I don't feel like waiting. So we're going to go right back in. We're going to quit and go back in. It happens sometimes. I'm used to it, but it's dwindled recently. It hasn't been as annoying as it can be. Capital Supremacy is running a lot nicer than it was, and I think I'm gonna have to check today. They're supposed to re-implement the AI NPCs in Capital Supremacy, and that's gonna be fun, if they have already. Back in the Ewok hunt. I'm dedicating most of this day to my online content. Definitely want to do a YouTube video, or 2 or 3 even if I can. Just don't know what I'm gonna do them on yet. I got different ideas. Not that I don't know what I'm gonna do them on, it's what order really. I may do another episode of the podcast, and that'll be part 2 of the simulation hypothesis. You know, are we living in a computer simulated world? Just like the Matrix. Very interesting topic. You should check out the first episode. Again, that's podcast 0. Hosted on Anchor, but you can find it on Breaker and Google Podcasts and Pocket Cast and a slew of other platforms. I put a lot of time into that. And we're in. Let the game begin. God dang Ewoks and their god dang horns. It's so much easier to find the cave when you're not in the dark as a stormtrooper. But I'm gonna find it. Shit. Not that way. I think I see lights around the bend. Where's that cave, man? Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
We got incoming E1.
Oh shit. Damn Ewoks. Dang Ewoks. Okay, we're back. Just want to make sure everything's running properly. Where is the cave? Is it over? Side. Sometimes it's better, if you're going to be in a group, go into the cave. Oh, shit. Got his ass. Damn, that damn wispy pouch is doing damage though. Guess we're just gonna forget about the cave for now. There is a creepy aspect to this.
We confirm. The shuttle's heading our way.
Another one? I couldn't see. I got a couple eliminations. Like I've said in the past, though, I like being the Ewok. More than the stormtroopers, just because I can see. Get over the fucking log. Dude, how many times you gotta stab a stormtrooper for them to kill you? Or for them to die? Like, what? You ever notice that? If you've ever played this mode, it's like... I wonder. Do a little perimeter scan. They're gonna get him, I think. makes me faster, so it's good that I use it before I start running towards the extraction ship. Why can't I get up that fucking cliff? That shit is irritating as hell. Where's that goddamn stormtrooper? Just try to make it to the ship like an asshole. Run, run, run. I don't see him anywhere. Yeah, we got him. See how I did. I had 2 Ewok eliminations. What the fuck are you talking about? You guys saw it. You guys saw me do it. I killed 2 people. I don't understand that. That's strange. Unless someone else shot at him and I got an assist and I didn't notice. I don't know. The first one definitely got him. I didn't see anybody else near me when I did it. And the second one I shot at, I didn't see any other shots coming at him. Maybe I missed it. And we're waiting, we're waiting. There it goes. Why is it that if I exit out of this and come back, I seem to be able to jump in much faster that way? Depending on the mode. Just have to be patient. But I'm only gonna wait so long. Yeah, I'm already not waiting. Let's go back in. Oh, interesting thing I'm hearing in the podcast right now is that when J.J. Abrams was approached to do Episode 9, he was initially going to say no. He felt like he didn't want to get too close to something that he loves so much, that being Star Wars. 2 times like that, you know, thought maybe it would be like playing with fire. But then it sounds like his wife was like, no, you should do this, and it sounds like he is not regretting it whatsoever. I really like The Force Awakens, man. I really like JJ's work. I think, you know, after Colin Trevorrow departed from the film, this was the guy to bring in. I think Episode 9 just have to have some faith in it, man. We really do. For those of you that didn't like 8, yeah, you gotta give this a chance. Absolutely. Interesting. John Justice is saying that he loves the point that I just brought up to you guys about J.J. Abrams initially saying no to Episode 9 and jumping back in with Star Wars to make the film. He loves that aspect of this interview that J.J. gave, because it seems like the best work comes about through adversity of some kind. It's an interesting note. Definitely a fascinating perspective. He said sometimes that's when you get the best product. Yeah, the original Star Wars A New Hope was that way, absolutely. That's what he just said. The Empire Dreams documentary talks about it. Interesting. A New Hope was a tough movie to make. It really was. It was a miracle that it came together the way it did. Okay, so we're not going to be waiting anymore. We're going into a different match type. Probably heroes versus villains. Maybe I should do Capital Supremacy just to see if they added the NPCs again. Yeah, I'll do Capital Supremacy. let's check it out. I'll open my crate if it gives me time to. I love that this game is no longer pay to win. In any way. It really isn't. Just beautiful. Watched a good video early this morning. I forget what YouTube channel it was on. I'll have to look that back up. It was about how Battlefront has changed and how it's had new life injected into it. And I absolutely agree with it. I just happened to pick the game back up and start playing it again around the time that this resurgence occurred. And that was literally by chance. Going to the battlefield. Or the battlefront, I should really say. Massive pun intended. On that joke redo. Joining in kind of late. I'm playing more in third person. Changed my sensitivity settings. It seems to be working out.
Capture the command post quickly and without failure.
Woo! I love what my sensitivity is now, dude. I can't wait for the new maps for this mode. That's gonna be literally fucking epic. Epic. Oh, they're boarding already? Yeah, I came in late, dude. Roger, roger. Is that not gonna detonate? No. Oh yeah, it did. Ah, haha.
Please remember, this was your own fault. I find your ineptitude less amusing as time goes by. There is a concern that the Republic may have discovered weaknesses in our ship's design.
Win or be deactivated. Don't let the clones destroy the target.
I don't like being respawned in this particular section of the map. It's kind of annoying. I like to go wherever Maul is going.
Good luck, turret. Win or be deactivated.
Where is everybody?
Don't let the
That
clones
answers
destroy
that
the
question.
target.
Fucking Anakin. Oh, already? Yeah, I jumped in this match late.
This is all your fault.
Alright, me changing this vape coil pretty soon. Anakin, oh, he's in the top. As long as he's in the match, he's in the top. Seems that way. Yeah, I mean, I jumped in at the end, so my score is not going to be reflective of a full match. Looks like someone has joined me in the live stream. What's going on? I haven't even eaten lunch yet, man. I'm slacking on my life. I should have eaten, but I haven't yet. Oh shit. And we're in.
Friends are making themselves all cozy on Geonosis.
Time for capital supremacy.
We identified some weak points on that separatist cruiser. And if there's one thing we love, it's weak points. You know the drill. Take those command posts and deploy reinforcements. Head to the Dreadnought and seal the deal.
This is the best way to get battle points, dude. For real. Look at that.
Our forces have taken control of the command post.
Are you losing that? I'm gonna stay back and defend. You give me that shit. I never played defense. I wish I could rotate this all the way.
Our forces have started to capture a command post.
Damn it. It's fairly even right now. Get out of there, get out of there. The thing doesn't have any range of movement, man. I think they should change the 5-second respawn to 3. Another thought I have about the game. It's a point that was brought up in that video I had mentioned earlier.
We are securing a command post. Our forces have lost control of the command post.
Got his ass. I'm gonna build up those battle points. Maybe until the second phase, even.
Our forces have gained a command post.
Oh my god! Oh, he was behind me. What is? That's some pussy stuff.
Capture command post underway.
I got that.
Our forces
we
have
lost
captured
B.
a command post.
Damn, dude.